Yo guys, what's good? This is ToxicRokeSR, and today I had this good idea. I wanted to see what AI would tell me about building a Minecraft experience and what to do with it and where to go. So I'm going to be outlining what it gave me, showing you my responses, and just starting everything off. I will be posting update videos every so often whenever I make certain progress, just explaining what I think of the mod pack that I chose and my decisions. So, yeah, let's go into our prompt here. You can see it. I had a long conversation with it. I basically just told it that I'm looking to start a new Minecraft adventure. I told it that I want modded, vanilla, or whatever best. And I wanted it to ask me questions and shape my main goals. So, by the way, in case you didn't know, GPT can actually do a lot of this more advanced stuff. It doesn't just have to be you asking a question and it gives you an answer. So I said to ask me questions and I answer, right? So it asked me if I prefer a more relaxed or creative experience, or am I looking for a challenge and progression? It says there's tech trees and exploration. So I said I'm looking for a fast-paced experience with progression that feels rewarding, which I love questing systems. So, of course, just making that questing system and having something that feels rewarding like that instead of having to make my own stuff feel is a really good idea. And I told it that I want something relaxed because I don't really want something that's like complex crafting recipes and all that. So I was just like, I want something relaxed. So it told me what it interpreted a balanced adventure. And then it asked me about how I feel about learning new systems like machines and magic automation, and do I enjoy experimenting. So I just said I like learning systems that aren't too complex, which I don't like learning like Botania, if you know about like that complex magic system, or I don't like these tech mods that add like really complex recipes and they make the early game kind of slow, if you know what I'm saying. So I don't want to look at a wiki constantly for recipes. If I do, that means it's too complex, right? And if it has simple recipes that all lead to something bigger, I'm all for it. So I'm not opposed to like I know modern industrialization. You have the bronze recipes and like all the recipes to build those machines. Those are okay. It's whenever you probably when you get later into that mod, you're gonna have to be knowing all the complex stuff or as mechanism, for example, you have to do a million different things and yeah. So told me that it rolls out the ultra complex mod packs and light to medium modded options with good progression. That's what I'm looking for. So how important is exploration and adventure? Do I want new dimensions, dungeon bosses, or do I prefer staying in one world and building up my base or factory? So dimensions are cool, but I prefer to stay in the overworld, and I prefer to build up my base with some rewarding exploration. Which I've tried going to Twilight Forest. I didn't really like it. It seemed like there was just too much, and they gatekeep you in that mod for everything. And I'm not a big fan of going to the Nether, beating the Ender Dragon, getting Nether stars or anything. So I was just like, okay, I kind of want to just stay in the overworld and do some exploration while making it more like just stay around the house and work towards big rewards and have good payoff. So overall focus gameplay, of course. So solo with friends. I said I'm gonna play solo for now. I don't really have any friends that want to play Minecraft with me at the moment. If you want to, then join my Discord. Link in the description, and I'll see what we can do. So it says we can focus on systems that scale well for one person. Don't rely on collaboration and grindy multiplayer stuff. Do I enjoy building or decorating as a core part of my experience, or do I mainly build for functionality? I told it I want to get into building and decorating. Like I've never really built a big base, I've built like a simple house. Usually I just built like the wooden shack that if you've ever played Minecraft and you're like so basic, you know what a wooden shack is. And so I want to make that more of a priority in my future Minecraft while having that modded experience. So open to building, especially if the tools and rewards are there to support it. That's exactly what I'm looking for. What version of Minecraft are you most comfortable playing in? I told it anything before 1.18. I don't really want to play in the new stuff. I want to play in something I'm used to, which ideally would be like 1.12.2, but I'm looking for something that's not too difficult, if that makes sense. I want something that's going to be easygoing. I can play in short little spurts. I don't have to sit here for 5 hours looking at these complex recipes. So anything before 1.18, I instructed it. Okay. This opens up a lot of classic and stable mod packs. How much time do you prefer? Do you want to spend daily or weekly? Are you looking for something you can jump into quickly for short sessions or dive into longer term? I probably didn't give the best answer here, but I said I want something that will be long term, but I do not want to sit here for hours. I want something that involves short sessions, like, maybe playing for an hour, 2 hours at most, and then getting up and doing something else. Because some of these mod packs, when they get those complex recipes, you're sitting there for like 10 hours thinking, like, why have I not made any progress? And I want to feel like I've made progress and I'm on the right track. So meaningful progression, that's exactly what I'm looking for. Do you want your main goals to focus more on technology and automation, magic and lore, exploration, combat, or a mix? So I just told it I want exploration, combat with tech and automation, and some magic. Uh, I told from experience it's too complex, kinda. Sorry. So then it gave me the stuff, and then it said final question: do you want your progression goals to be open-ended and player-driven, or more structured, requesting clear milestones? Encourage open-ended goals while giving a solid foundation for milestones and quests. I don't want to completely be like on the quest book, like watching YouTube tutorials and all that. But I also want to have some sort of guidance, if that makes sense. So it gave me a bunch of stuff here. Light to medium mod Minecraft pack. Focuses on overworld progression, tech and automation. Simple magic elements. Packs the balance of open-ended play instruction and quest and milestones. Gameplay designed for solo long-term play with manageable session lengths. So it asked me if I want a specific mod pack or help brainstorming. So I said I want both. I want to know what kinds of mod packs that you would recommend. So here's what it recommended: E2E, Sky Factory 4, Direwolf 20, FTB Revelations. It recommended all these. And so obviously I wanted one mod pack and one experience. I didn't want all these to choose from. So that was my goal that I saved from the front. So then it said foundation and it gave me like a whole thing. We'll go through this later. This is like what it gave me as my first out, but I don't think that this changed too much. And then would you like me to help you build out a more detailed milestone list and all that? So if you had to choose a mod pack that best fits my desires, what would it be? You can ask me more questions if you need to. Because of course we want it to help us and we don't know what information you give it, so. How much do you care about community support and tutorials? So I said that I prefer quite a bit of hand helping, but to experience it all myself. Like, if you're watching a tutorial and you're just doing it, that kind of defeats the fun of doing it. I mean, yeah, you're gonna feel good, like, oh, I did something, but it feels much better when it comes from like, oh, I actually discovered this and I learned something. So I kind of just I wanted to be having a direction. So structured guidance, explore and discover on your own, rewarding progression and manageable complexity. So it recommended E2E. Wrong version, by the way. 1.12.2 is what this is on. And it gave me the reasons why. So pretty cool. Do you think E2E is best, or do you recommend E10 or E9E or something similar? Because I was on Curse Forge, right? And I was looking here, and I saw E10, E9E, bunch of different mod packs. So I went over and asked it, and it gave me a table. Of course, I saw more versions than this, so I said, So it recommended E6 expert, E6E, and told me to avoid E9E. So, and then I wanted more, of course, like I wanted to know all of my options here because obviously it's recommending Enigmatica. Sorry if I said that wrong. It's recommending one of those packs. So I told it, out of all the mod packs from this, which one do you think has the lowest complexity? So it said E5, complexity low, vanilla plus, like quest book, then E10, E6, E2E. I was playing E2E a long time ago. That one was pretty. I didn't get that far in it, but it was pretty complex from what I saw. So basically, it told me to play E5. So I said, I want to play E5. I spelled have wrong, but do you have recommendations to help shape my experience? So it gave me all this stuff. We're going to go over this in a minute, by the way, but just so you can have it here, I'll scroll kind of slow. And then it said, would you like me to generate a custom questline or achievement board for your world? So I said, yes, please. You have the answers from the questions earlier to help you design this. You can ask me questions if you need help deciding. So it gave me a whole list. Again, we'll go over all this in a minute. It's all what came in the final result. And then I told that like I wanted an easy way to track this, so can you put it into Google Sheets? Because I wanted to track in Google Sheets, as you can see up here. And make it interactive for me as well so I can track progress and make it fun. Which, by the way, I'm making a little app here that can track game progress. I'll link that in the description if anyone's interested. You can like, I'm still updating it. It's on GitHub. It's very basic right now, but you will be able to track like progress of games and let it choose for you in the end, and it just makes it more fun instead of putting everything in a Google Doc like I'm doing here, right? So, anyways, that's kind of off topic, but it gave me a suggested sheet layout, and then it gave me all the commands. Want me to build it for you? So I said yes, and it gave me a download link to an XLSX file, and from there I put it into Google Sheet or Google Sheets, yeah. And so here's my experience. So you can see it had main quests and bonus challenges. So we're going to be building a shelter. So it says tier 1. So this is everything that I would be doing. I might just do like, there's 3 tiers here, so I might just do 3 videos. Maybe I'll do like a video for every one of these things or something just to make it like last longer, I guess. But yeah, so it told me shelter from the storm, first tools, explorer's instinct, tech awakening, and go to villages. Power, storage, build, biomes, tech. I mean, you can read this all here. It's not too complex. I think this is pretty neat. So this is how I'm going to shape my survival experience. And of course, I'm going to be updating you guys as I go along. And then if I wanted like a second playthrough, let's say, it gave me some bonus challenges. I'm not going to be doing any of the bonus challenges, but if you want to do them, here's what they said. Unfortunately, this is not like spaced out enough for you to read everything. Which there might be something where I can make like a table, I guess. How do I do that? Table. Whoa, whoa. I don't think I'm getting a table. The last one, it gave me AI to like design the table, so I'm kind of mad that it didn't do that here too. But it told me mini mage, start with Botania and make mana automation, and it said pedal up. I don't even know. I've never used Botania, but you can see it's wanting you to do magic, nomad life, use a backpack, live without a base for 3 days, build a tent and travel. I mean, that one could be a cool side quest. I might make like a whole video on that, let's say. That'd be pretty neat. You would basically just have like a sleeping bag and you would go about the world exploring, right? That'd be awesome. So that might be one of the side videos I make. Who knows? And then overworld only. Do everything without other dimensions. No nether gear. I mean, I'm basically gonna be doing that. I might go to the nether. I mean, that's a pretty cool. That's a pretty good idea. I don't know if that's really like a bonus. Like I would do this on a different playthrough, but yeah. And then hardcore arena. Create a mob arena and fight 3 waves and no armor. So that seems like a late game thing. Anyways, this is what the final stuff came to, and you can see like it's adding modifiers, towers and ruins, maybe a coal generator, lighting, upgrade generators, simple storage, greenhouse, plains and desert, like visit biomes. I mean, I think that's pretty solid. So, yeah. This was just a little video that was going to outline my experiences, or not my experiences, what I'm going to do. And hopefully this makes like a pretty cool concept for a whole series going forward. So I hope you got some insight into this. Maybe something like this inspired you to use GPT, or maybe you're just taking ideas from what I just made here and making it into your own mod pack, whatever, or your own experience. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. We got something out of it. Be sure to like and subscribe, join my Discord if you want to, and I'll leave a link to that program that I'm making in the description. So, you have a good day. Bye bye.